regardless, you owe us a paycheck.
A group of Lexington teachers frustrated why they're spending the day outside of the classroom.
It's been a slow go, but a project bringing broadband technology to communities across Kentucky is moving forward.
It's big, it's complicated.
When state leaders hope it will be done.
Dance for one Central Kentucky family is a team sport. We'll show you how their team is stepping up to help a mother fighting against cancer.
This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon on this Friday. Sam Dick and Amber Philpott reporting. They say they just want to get paid. Today, parents dropping off their children at a Lexington daycare ran into a problem. There were no teachers.
Teachers at Bracktown Academy protested this morning, saying they haven't been paid in weeks, but the pastor there says it's all a mistake. Lauren Miner talked to both sides in our top story at 4:30.
A group of teachers stand outside Bracktown Academy, all wanting the same thing, to get paid.
We have been very patient. We have been told so many different stories as to what's going on.
According to teachers, this is not the first time they have gone without a paycheck. Teacher Tanya Walker says they were just tired of waiting for the issue to get resolved.
I just want the parents to know that we are so very sorry that we had to resort to this.
Some parents were turned away from the academy this morning due to the academy being short-staffed. According to teachers, there were a few employees who did show up to work today. They say those employees did get paid.
I don't understand why some of the checks cleared, some of the checks did not. I don't exactly know what that is, but ultimately it's my responsibility.
C.B. Atkins is the pastor of First Baptist Bracktown Church. He told us today that there is money in the bank and all employees' checks should be cleared.
From time to time, other companies and businesses have payroll glitches, and so this is a glitch for us, but it's a glitch that we will rectify, and we will move on and continue to provide a high-quality service to this community and have good workers that get paid on time.
While money is a big concern for employees, so is getting back to work.
We love this place. We love working here. We love our kids. We love our parents. And we don't want to do this. We don't want to be out here. But at some point, you have to make a stand for what's right, and what's going on isn't right.
In Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Some parents did get turned away this morning, but some children were able to stay. Teachers tell us the academy called in church members to help out. At last check, employees still had not received their paychecks.
A frightening night for clerks at two Lexington hotels. Lexington police are looking for a man wanted for robbing both at knife point. The first happened at the Red Roof Inn on Wilhite off Nicholasville Road. The second just a short time later at Doubletree Hotel off Richmond Road. Police believe that both robberies are connected. They tell us that in both cases the suspect was armed with a butcher knife and he got away with cash both times. Police say the man is about 5'6" with an average build. He was wearing a bandana over his face.
The sentencing for a Rowan County mother accused of killing her 2-year-old son has been delayed. Police say 2-year-old Nathaniel Jones was found unresponsive by his mother, Tia Jones, in 2009. A year later, Jones and her boyfriend, Brian Gallagher, were charged with murder and criminal abuse. Last month, Jones entered an Alford plea to reduce charges of criminal abuse, meaning she agrees there is enough evidence to convict her, but does not admit wrongdoing. Gallagher was also in court this afternoon. A judge set a trial date for him for February.
Our work week is wrapping up with some sunshine, but our weekend, it's not going to be the same.
Not so much, huh? We are tracking some showers and storms moving across the region, into our region, I should say. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look at what could be a wet weekend.
Yeah, for some of us, not going to be a washout of a weekend, but yeah, scattered thunderstorms certainly are going to increase as we go through tonight and certainly into Saturday and Sunday. Just have a backup plan if you have something to do outdoors this weekend. You're going to have some dry hours, all about timing, isn't that every day in life? Here's a big cold front that is out across the Plain States. Out ahead of it, it is still pretty darn hot across the Ohio Valley, the Tennessee Valley, deep south, eastern part of the country. Summer keeps on keeping on. To our west, though, we've got severe weather south of St. Louis, flooding rains into Missouri. A lot of that is bypassing us just to the north. Big complex of storms between Louisville and Indianapolis, though we're seeing some storms that are ramping up around the Interstate 65 corridor. Southern Kentucky from Lake Cumberland and east, right on top of the Corbin area, down to Williamsburg, a little thunder and lightning. North Corbin getting hard hit right now. Lexington Lexington bluegrass, not so much, not a whole lot out there, though. I'm noticing a little shower popping north of the Owenton area there in Owen County. A little thunderstorm down the BG into parts of Bardstown. A little thunder and lightning on top of sections of Louisville as well. So storms will be on the increase, but I want to get this point across. It is not going to be a total washout of a weekend. You get a cold front in here, you'd expect some cool air to come in behind it, huh? Yeah, think again. Summer is going to build back in. We'll show it to you, but I come back in a few.
I hear you loud and clear. Kentucky's goal to build a statewide broadband network is still a go. Today, the governor and Congressman Hal Rogers met to update Kentuckians on the progress. Our Andrea Walker breaks down the updates.
Today, Governor Matt Bevin admitted that the Kentucky Wired project is running slightly behind schedule, but he assured the crowd gathered here at the Capitol that the project has the full support of his administration and it will be completed. Unfortunately, Kentucky ranks 47th in the country in broadband speeds and capacity, which is why Governor Bevin and Congressman Hal Rogers are so passionate about the Kentucky Wired project, a statewide fiber optic network which will deliver reliable and affordable internet to communities across the state. Both men believe the project can transform the state, with an emphasis on rural communities in eastern Kentucky.
This is historic, it's big, it's complicated, but it can mean the difference to the economy of this state.
These are the types of things that we are putting in place to ensure that Kentucky is the preeminent center of excellence for engineering, for manufacturing, for service, for logistics and distribution. This is something that we are going to be to an even greater degree than we are now. Kentucky will be the hub of excellence for America on this front. It cannot happen without broadband.
Now, the project was originally supposed to be completed by the fall of 2018, but they're running about 4 to 6 months behind schedule. They're now hoping to get things done between March and June of 2019. In Frankfort, Andrea Walker, WKYT.
The project comes with a price tag of more than $300 million. It's being financed by state and federal grants, with the majority of those funds coming from private sector partners.
It is one thing to battle cancer once, and it is another when it returns again. A Central Kentucky mother is dealing with that reality, but she is not alone in her fight. Tonight, how a dance studio in Georgetown is hoping you will want to get moving and help a mother make sure her daughters continue doing what they love.
In dance, it takes hours of practice to compete. It takes a whole lot of heart to win. Young dancers like Sydney Welch spend countless hours at United Talent in Georgetown getting every move just right.
They both love to dance. They've danced since they were little.
Having two girls in dance, Stephanie Welch has spent a lot of time in a studio. She's become a beloved dance mom, but there's something standing in her way of seeing her daughters dance in the future: cancer. In 2013, Stephanie was diagnosed with breast cancer, and now it's returned.
Yeah, it was very important to me. I want my girls to stay in dance no matter what happens.
To see that that happens, the heart of this dance family is stepping up to help one of their own.
I feel like I've been through a lot of this with her. She's very dear to my heart.
When Kathy Stokely and the other dance moms learned Stephanie was sick again, they knew they had to do something.
Kind of all of us had it. There were about 5 of us moms who kind of brainstormed together and came up with the idea.
The idea, a dance-a-thon. The instructors here quickly began planning United for Stephanie, a night to help raise money to help pay for dance fees for Stephanie's girls.
It'll be wonderful just to see her get back what she's given to all of us.
A community turning up the music and using dance to spread love to one of their own.
It's just amazing, this little community, what they're doing to help my family.
Well, they need you to dance. The United for Stephanie Dance-a-thon is Monday, September 19th from 5:30 to 8:30 at Scott County Middle School Gym. There is a $10 donation at the door and a raffle with several fun prizes. For more information on the event and how you can donate, just go to WKYT.com and check out this story.
Still to come, the surviving members of the Beatles reunite. A sneak peek at their new documentary in about 8 minutes here on WKYT.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
We continue to see clouds increasing across the Lexington metro and really most of central and southern Kentucky, especially Farther northeast you live, a little better shot of some late day sunshine that continues to roll on. Here's that kind of tropical looking sky in Lexington. A lot of ice crystal clouds are building in. Got to be on guard for some at least scattered thunderstorms to flare up over the next couple of hours. Temperatures upper 80s to around 90 into most of central and eastern Kentucky. Defender radar network now picking up on a couple of hot spots of thunderstorms. One around the Louisville Metro and Point South. Another here into parts of southern Kentucky. London, Corbin, Somerset, Williamsburg, back to Monticello, dealing with the worst of the weather right now. Let's get up close and personal on a few of these storms. Just to the south of downtown Williamsburg, north of the Saxton area, majority of that heavy rain is east of Interstate 75. A little trip to the north. Corbin, thunder, lightning right now. Look at the wet pavement here. Rain coming down on Interstate 75, and that thunderstorm is ramping it up just a little bit right now on top of the Corbin area. London, look to your south. Sky is barking. It's dark too. Same setup basically into Somerset with a little thunderstorm to the south and east of you around Burnside over toward Mount Victory. What about the Bluegrass region? Got nothing to show you. Defender is clean into central Kentucky, though that's going to try to change up over the next couple of hours with a thunderstorm near Bardstown, back to E-Town, a little thunder and lightning into downtown Louisville, and some stuff from Hardinsburg and Point South. Whatever is to our southwest, by the way, is going to try to scoot into central Kentucky. So that would be the general direction. Look toward the southwest on the BG Parkway. Whatever's there will try to impact the weather into the Lexington metro over the coming hours. Showers, thunderstorms into parts of the Mississippi Valley, and that will highlight our weekend rain chances. It's not going to rain all the time, but rain, at least thunderstorms, scattered stuff, will be likely this weekend. We'll drop that way down into much of next week. Hitting Commonwealth Stadium tomorrow, you got a chance for a thunderstorm at any time, but you're also going to see some peaks of sun from time to time as well. And if it rains, you know what? It's not going to rain the entire game, but keep the ponchos handy just to be on the safe side. Here's that forecast. Not an all-day rain tomorrow. Not an all-day rain on Sunday. Much better, though, for Monday. Partly sunny skies. Humidity levels will begin to come down just a little bit during that time as well. So we get through the weekend and the scattered thunderstorm chances. We see temperatures that will steam it back up into the middle of next week as summer just keeps on keeping on. I believe fall officially arrives next week on the calendar. You know, for us, fall starts on September 1st, so we're already in fall, and it's been a hot one here across Kentucky.
Could you tell me how I need to dress for tomorrow in the game?
Let's see. You take a poncho to be safe, all right? You want to wear shorts because it's going to be steamy and it's going to be humid. If the sun comes out, which it probably will from time to time, you want to have a little sunscreen too.
All right, I'm just making sure I've got it all in there for tomorrow.
Just coat the inside of your poncho with sunscreen, you're golden.
Bottom line, she needs to wear clothes.
That's it.
Well, yes.
Wear clothes. Blue.
That's a key.
Clothes.
All right. Okay, it's a Friday night, of course, in Lexington, which means Lakeside Live over at Lexington Green. Music starts shortly at 6 o'clock tonight.
On the schedule tonight is the Greg Finger Band. The music goes until 9 tonight.
It's the 20th anniversary of Rent, and they are kicking things off here in Lexington. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about at the Lexington Opera House tonight.
It's an original rock musical that forever changed the landscape of American theater. And now, to celebrate its 20th anniversary, Rent is going on tour.
They started in Indiana earlier this week, and now they're in Lexington for this weekend. Deanne Stevens is out and about at the Lexington Opera House.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. From the beautiful Lexington Opera House, where this place is getting ready to come to life. Production of Rent, kicking things off tonight, the 20th anniversary celebration, and they're kicking it off right here in Lexington. We love that you guys stopped by here in Lexington. The two male lead roles in Rent. We have Danny and Caleb with us here today, and you guys are ready for tonight. You said this is a celebration of sorts for you all.
Yeah, absolutely. This is our first official opening performance tonight at 8 p.m. And we're just so lucky and excited to be sharing this with people all over the country. And we're just so excited that it starts here.
Well, you said you're so thrilled, too, that it starts, as you just said, at the Lexington Opera House. This place, the history behind it, the tradition of the opera, it's just a magnificent place to see.
It's beautiful. I mean, we just got to peek our head in and get a tour of it, and it's stunning.
It is breathtaking. It really is. And I understand your production is breathtaking tonight.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are folks going to see?
They're going to see everything from dancing to dramatic staging and beautiful music of all different sorts, rock and roll, some R&B and gospel, pop.
This is a rockin' show, from what I understand.
Definitely. I mean, there's so many musical influences. There's so many dramatic influences. I don't think there's a single person that won't like at least one aspect of the show. It's really for everyone. It's high energy, it's, you know, loud, great music, and it's just a really fun experience.
Some finishing touches, as Dean just showed you, being put on the stage there. 7 o'clock is showtime tonight, and tickets still available?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. I'm sure 7 o'clock the doors open. You all can come be a part of it. Yeah, I'm like, the doors open here in just a bit. So you can come to the Lexington Opera House, get your tickets at LexingtonOperaHouse.com. Very few available for tonight, but you guys are here all weekend.
All weekend, 5 shows. So we are ready for the Lexington audiences, and we hope everyone comes out.
So get out here. Come see us.
Yeah, come on.
See Rent.
I thought he was going to sing that for us. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about at the Lexington Opera House. Back to you guys.
Deanne, thank you. A true classic there to see. A special moment on the blue carpet across the pond at the world premiere of the new Beatles documentary, 8 Days a Week.
Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr reunited at the premiere for the new film. The new documentary shows the Fab Four as they toured the world back in the 1960s. It also has archived footage of the group's past performances, and it features the Beatles' final concert in San Francisco in 1966. In addition to being released to movie theaters worldwide, the documentary will be debuting on Hulu on Saturday.
It was originally supposed to be a textured wallpaper, but now it's in the running to be in the Toy Hall of Fame.
Still ahead, what other toys Bubble Wrap is competing against to get into the museum.
Well, I hope Chris Bailey's weather advice for me on what to wear to the game also helped you out tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I noticed he kind of bypassed the male component of this pair here, but I do have to have clothes on.
Good. Well, good. I'm glad we're all wearing those.
We agree on that, Chris.
Just
it
wear
is Friday.
blue. Wear blue, whatever it is. You're covered, all right? Take a poncho to be on the safe side. Keep in mind, especially if you're going to be out there from tailgating for a few hours ahead of it to all the way through the end of the game. At some point, I find it hard to believe that it won't rain at least for a few minutes at some point in there, with the possibility of some heavier stuff. But again, not an all-day event by any stretch of the imagination. First things first, we got some thunderstorms that are increasing right now. That is a very strong thunderstorm blowing up on an outflow boundary here to the southeast of Louisville, and also additional thunderstorms into southern Kentucky. We'll track those into parts of the Bluegrass region over the next several hours. Could impact some high school football games across the entire area. So that is something we'll keep a very close eye on as the evening wears on. We'll focus on the rest of that weekend forecast when I come back a little later on.
Chris, thank you. The world's oldest pilot and an old toy may get a new honor.
It is the video that will certainly have you talking. Take a look at this.
You need to come out here. He said, I got something important to talk about. So I figured, well, I don't know what. So I stepped in the door and I said, I know what. They found somebody older. And he said, there really isn't nobody older.
Well, he's right. After about 9 months of waiting, Guinness Book of World Records has named 98-year-old Ernie Smith the oldest active pilot in the world. Smith is the manager of Red Oak Airport in Iowa. Some of his friends encouraged him to go for the title, and he ended up beating the previous record by 5 years. Mr. Smith says he plans to keep flying a rented Cessna 150 a couple of times every week, weather permitting. He looks great.
He does look great.
And if you love to play with bubble wrap, Amber, do you?
I do.
Then you'll be thrilled to know it's in the running to be inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame. The Strong National Museum of Play announced this year's finalists. Engineers created bubble wrap in 1957 trying to make wallpaper. But go ahead.
They soon found it was great for packing. Had a lot of fun to pop those bubbles. Other nominees this year include the games Dungeon and Dragons, Rock'em, Sock'em, Robots, and Uno. Winners will be announced November 10th. There's nothing any better. I mean, when you see bubble wrap, you have to pick it up.
What do you want to do?
Yeah. You got to pop it. I heard somebody have some in the newsroom the other day.
Just step on it. Punch
it's a good stress reliever, for
All
sure.
right. Thank you for being with us here at 4:30. Much more to come now on WKYT. Stick with us now at 5 o'clock.